Divine Sunshine coming to you with a message. Yesterday I was going to do it, but then I was too. I just wanted to really just take time out for myself. Last past few days, that was Saturday and Sunday. I had wanted to get some lesson plans together for even with the dealing with my kids in classroom for to be prepared for the week, and I was just like, no. I just decided to kind of do my nails, um, and just really take time out to do that. I know on Saturday, Jupiter 1111 had posted about the third eye, and I told you all, if you have not seen that, please make sure that you look at my last channeled message that I had did uh, in regards to, I'm trying to remember what the thing, because you see, when they channel through me, I forget. I'm like, I'm out. And so it's like it's somebody else. But I don't want to go in it because that starts me to forgetting about what I was about to say. So just look at the last one, and then she piggybacked on Twin D had said the same thing, that we had to practice like really getting them together, pushing them through because they were going through something. The divine masculines. The divine masculine, when I went on Jupiter 1111, she did this beautiful thing about the third eye, and I told you all, I'm gonna say it again, to do the third eye chakra as well to help these divine masculines. They really are trying to make the step, which is to get out of the situation. um they're saying, and one particular divine master came up and told me, even while I was listening to her third eye thing, was like, he was very upset. He was and hurt and like frustrated. And it was like, just because I have not gotten out of the situation doesn't mean that I don't want to leave. It's because I don't know how or what to do in order to leave the situation. And so you keep divine feminines keep thinking that I want to be in the situation and I don't. And he was like, damn it. So he was very upset about that. And that brought to me about that us as divine feminines, we've got to watch our energies, especially when we're talking about it and thinking about a divine master. That he was telling me in so many words that, your stinking thinking kind of keeps them there, like they might really ready to want to go and do something, but at the same time you're pushed to keep on seeing them in that situation. Like, I don't see any way for him to get out of it, which sends over to them that they think, well, I don't have no way to get out of it. Sean Barker also talked about us viewing the divine masculine as being weak, and how we've got to stop doing that. As divine feminines, we have to kind of understand that. That's one reasons why we have to go into that understanding of separation as well. I was watching somebody else's, and they brought up a very good point. They was talking about, we were talking about the separation and need to be able to see people in a different light. We got this new energy that's coming like May 22nd, which is helping us to look at the light and the dark. This is the new moon in Gemini, which is helping us to really understand. That's the Gemini, that's the twins, which is really helping us to look at, both sides of the coin. That's another way of looking at it and saying. And so in doing that, we're really going to come to the decision, help us, this energy that's going to come along is going to help us to make decisions about something based upon us really saying, I have weighed the pros and cons. Somebody had I watched, and I can't remember, I think that might be Tanya Gabrielle saying with this energy, or it might be somebody else. I watched two people, but I like how she said, before you make a decision, it's always well that you become at peace before you doing that, because once you come at peace about something, then you can be able to make the right decision. You got to be able to, this new moon is coming in, is helping us to understand, to look at both sides, to look at it from the other side too as well. So we're looking at it from the divine masculine's point of view, and we're looking at it from the divine feminine's point of view. You should always, before you weigh in anything, and I kind of feel my dad's presence kind of very strong when he's saying that, before you make, I got a confirmation, before you go ahead and you make any kind of decisions, you should be looking at it from both angles. A lot of times with the divine feminine, not saying I'm picking on you today, but yes, I am. We have a tendency of only seeing it from our perspective. We don't think about the divine masculine perspective and everything. We just take it and we take off running. I've also told you all several times on this this channel to always practice the principle of charity. That's found in the Coddling of America. I forgot what the name of the author of the book is, and that's where I got that from. Because I always like to reference texts and sound bites that I get from other people, because that gives them kudos too, as well as them being okay and open for and receptive for the source of energy to give them the thing. And so for us to understand that while we're practicing the principles of charity, principle, thank you for the confirmation. The principle of charity is always saying that when somebody does an action, it's always coming with the best of intentions. A lot of times we don't give that to the divine masculine. We don't do that because a lot of times that they hurt. They done things that's like the unspeakable, the unknown. There's like, really, that they did this. Oh my God, you just don't know. And we're unable to see it from their point of view, from the hurt and the pain. In some ways you say, okay, we could give you credence on that. I can understand that. Who could, with all the things that sometimes, but we can't linger and stay in that story, as April Williams always say. Okay, let's tell it and let's go and let's shift. Now we got to do something about it. That's just what I mean. I think about Kay Moon. She said my spirit told her, she said sometimes when people come to me for advice for a relationship, my spirit be saying, that's your fault you got into that like that. Well, yeah, in some ways I am saying that. It is kind of your fault. Not your fault. It's your doing. It's your intention. It's your energy that has pushed upon, that has gotten them to that point as well. And so we've got to start thinking and looking at it both sides. We're getting that extra push. Most of the time when you got that moon energies, it's always happening like 2 days before. And if you're kind of like empathic or in a leadership position, it's kind of happening like a really way before even everybody else hits. And becomes more intense on the 22nd, which is Friday. So really coming to that mind shift, because again, this week, we got a great thing that's working with us, because our intuition and our awareness and our psychic abilities is extremely high at this time. And you need that. Why have they intensified? Why the source and powers that be did that for you is because the understanding that you need that extra push, that extra concentration of power, or that extra insight on things, so you can be able to make that choice feeling, that you can say, oh, my intuition, my awareness, my body, your body's even heightened up to be an instrument to be able to receive. It's like, okay, man, I don't feel that in my gut. Most time when it feels like it's that, it resonates in my heart, or my nose itch, or my foot itches, or things like that, and say, yeah, that's the right thing. So you're going to get that extra too. But we're getting pushed now because, again, this is May. We're getting into June for us to be able to really, like I said, this new thing, this love. And I seen somebody else talked about this new way of loving that's coming in as well. I got thumbs up from my brother. So, okay, and he's a divine master. So they say, yeah, as a notification. So, with these energies that I said, okay, with these new energies that's coming in, and this newness and this new beginning that's being brought on, like they said, between summer and to fall, we've got this phase where we're really going into really trying this new beginning. Now, how it's going to look for you is different for each person. I go by it like Kathy D. My beginning might be different than your beginning. It might be really truly going into this mission and purpose in the summer, or that some of you all will be tempted by going back to your old self, because again, that's something the new that you're familiar with, you're comfortable with. But I'm telling you, people, we've got to step out our norm. We got to try a new normal. That's the reason why we're in this isolation, for us to be able to understand that we've got to shift things. We've got to clear things off and just go ahead and just step out there into the newness of things and just try it, because we never know what might happen at the end. Regardless, whatever we do, we're going to come out of it new or different. Either to say, I'm not going to try that again, or either say, oh my God, look at what I just did. I didn't know I was even capable of doing that. That's a way of you doing that. But I just really wanted to say with the divine feminines that watch the energies. For me to go off like that, and the divine masculine used me and said, in some ways he was saying, I got the energies that I'm there with the third party or this karmic situation. And then I got my divine feminine keeps on boxing me with this energy that she keeps sending over to me, as if, I can't do it, I'm weak, there's no way that I can get out this situation, I'm just doomed. And he's like, I want to get out. I really need you to send me more. I need help on knowing how to actually do it. So let's get out of the mindset as divine feminines that we're thinking that our divine masters don't want it. And like he said, just because I'm stuck in it don't mean I want to be here. And that's the way we got to kind of look at things, because again, like I told you about electricity, you don't know there's the electricity is flowing. The only way you know is because the light is on. You're looking for results, and we've been told you, and I've told you before, we acted as if we are results orientated. That's more masculine thing. Divine feminines don't come from that apparatus when it talks about that, about the results. More so it's just a trusting and knowing. So you need to shift into that gear, divine feminine, of trusting and knowing. I'm being picked up to saying the reason why you don't want to do that is because you're going by results, almost like they tell us as teachers. Look at the data of the kid. Look at what they've been doing as far as they test. They've been failing all along. They ain't been passing. So now what does that tell us? That something they have not gained there. But see, this is different. This is not something, the twin flame journey is not something that's governed by 3D or physicalities or physical features. It's something more so of a spiritual thing, which is more fluid, more open, more possibilities of manifestations, which makes it totally different of a journey, totally different of a walk, totally different ways in which things can happen and occur. That's what we call miracles. But it's not really miracles because it's actually things that actually can occur, but you just open yourself up to it in order for you to receive it. And that is why it is a miracle. And so that's some things that you have to kind of keep in mind there when it comes to that we can't use the regular 3D tools to be able to fix this or turn this around or change this. Remember again that a lot of us, when we're talking about the separation is needed, divine feminines, in order for us to get ourselves together. A lot of us, some of us is not taking that in well. I had a conversation with my mom and my dad, and mom, they're twins too as well, and she was telling me about the story about my dad going in and out, just like Maya Angelou. In and out of time, but we was with. But dad married, he had a baby on my mom. Those things she told me I could tell, and I really should save this for the for the master's class, but that's anyway. And then she was like, you know what? She's sitting there. She's like, you know what? I waited 5 years for your dad to come back. 5 years. I guess somebody said, oh Lord, I can't wait that long. But see again, but this is the caveat, and then I'm going to leave on that note. But when we sat there and we counted up the best years that she had, in return, it goes back by the good book that I will restore the years that the locust has eaten. And the years that they were together, it came back several folds back. So it says again, she had everything that the dream, me, a baby what she had wanted. She had a man, they married. They had Rockies in between there, but it's still in between there. They had some good things, good times there too. So in those 5 years that she had to wait, they had a total of what she say, 44 years, 6 years dating, 44 years married, total years almost 50. In some ways she said it was 55. Anyway, so the 5 years, do the math. So the 5 years she had to wait for him, in the span of altogether total, they had 55 years of marriage. Okay, so that's like 11 times the strength that was put back together. So you look at that and you say, well, I got to wait 5 years and I get him for 55 years total. Guess what? I think I might can do that. I got enough that I can resources and things that I can kind of pull from. I got friends, families, this mission, getting that together, my purpose, doing things that I've been wanting to do, maybe go travel the world when they open it up. I got a lot of things to kind of keep myself busy. What you got to do again, this goes for divine feminine and divine masculine, because we both carry both the charges. So this is not just for divine feminines only in the divine masculine. Well, shut it down. No, because we have both of them. But if you look at it from that, in that retrospect of understanding that, again, it's worth the wait. It's something that we have to go through. You have other things to keep yourself busy. as you are waiting for yours. And that's why you got to keep the high watch, because in those 5 years she always knew. She said, I didn't have taste for anybody else. I didn't want to go with anybody else, because I knew that your father was just my one true love. He was the ultimate. He was the ultimate partner for me, regardless of everything. They had that. But my thing is, she waited, and she did get him. And again, life rewarded her for waiting. You just have to make sure that when they do come back, now where the story hit the road was, is that she wasn't mentally and psychologically and spiritually prepared for him. She still was lingering and hanging on to things they had done in the past, him cheating, him going with other people, and she brought in that 16 hefty bags back into that, instead of like, clear, this is a clean slate and this is how I'm gonna see you, faithful or whatever. That's why you have to go in there again. I'll always say about the intentions. What do you want when they come back for this relationship? How do you want it to look? You got to start thinking, just like everybody like business. You got to think of those vision boards. You got to start thinking about how you want this relationship to go. Not thinking about how you think this relationship is going to collapse when they come back. And you got to steadily keep on focusing in on those things. See, 16. That is what you need to be doing. That's what you need to be focusing in on. Your bliss, and then don't too heavily on it, and just think about it every now and then. That's why I said just practice a little bit of you being ready to receive your divine counterpart. How do you want to see it? Write it down, whatever way you want to do, and then see that, and then leave it alone. Don't keep on visiting it. Maybe some days you get a little downtrodden and you might say, okay, I want to go back and kind of visit that. You could do that, but otherwise that you need to start moving with the intentions of knowing. I've said this before, and Spirit has told me, and I'm going to keep on repeating over again until you get it. You start moving with the intentions of understanding that your end goal is you being in union, okay? Whether it's union with them or union with that. You got to also watch your wording too. Some of you are like, what I want to... but I'm just gonna concentrate on self. Okay, well, the universe is like, okay, well, wait a second, do you want them, or are you just on you? I understand that. Again, the union, that is a process, but again, I want union with my divine masculine. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do is just concentrate on myself. Okay, then the universe say, oh, okay, she says she wanted, but she's going to be doing this in the meantime. She's following her bliss. So in the meantime, and I'm going to trust you, universe, to bring you my divine counterpart at the during divine time, or at the right time in which we are both ready to receive each other, and not to repeat the same cycles of behavior before, and so that we can move on into the bliss that we both have in our union, or the relationship that you see is the divine relationship between me and my divine counterpart. And so it is. Thank you, Father. So then that means you go on ahead and you do what you got to do. Okay? All right, on that part, that's a good note for me to stop on. I'm going to go eat now, because I came right on in back-to-back meetings, but I just had to make sure I had put that out there, because I told myself I'm doing a little bit more channel messages than always running to go get the cards as well, because that's what we need. You need more of the channel messages and the pep talks for what's going on. So that's why I said I'm your spiritual coach. Then I got to coach you through the game, okay? And so it behooves you to watch all the way to the end. All right, then, as always, don't forget to join the Divine Unisouls Divine Sunshine Circle. Too, is a support group. If you're looking for something as well, it's for you to get that help. Make sure that you do that. It goes to divineunisouls11.co. It's $11.11, where you are being able to get support. We got a lot of breakthroughs. A lot of breakthroughs that have happened. You don't know. You're missing out on a good thing if you're not part of the circle. I'm not just saying that. I'm just seeing people growths and things like that that's happened on throughout the circle. I have to ask next time when I meet. I ask them, is anybody would like me to share their testimony about with that, because I know a couple of y'all tell me, yeah, that sounds nice, that just sounds like advertising. I need to see some proof as to how there's some revelations and some changes and some testimonies going on there. So I had to ask them for permission first. And then once I do get that, then I'm going to share so you can know about why it's important for you to get synergy and link up with other people that are like-minded, they're positive, that when you don't know the answers, we all can chime in and give you answers to the problems that you are actually having, okay? We're all given our gift clusters and talents and skills and abilities to help you move on and to ascend to the next level. So on that note, make sure you go to divineunitssouls11.co. We meet Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 1 p.m. You get all that good stuff for 11:11. All right. So as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Love you. Oh, and that's through via Zoom. All right. See you till next time.